Hello, Flash fans, and welcome to another episode of Flashpoint. Now, listen, whatever you're doing, you need to drop it now because it's about to be a fun episode that you don't want to miss. Remember to grab somebody, go call somebody right now, and let them know that Flashpoint is on. Please, believe me when I tell you that today is going to be a great day. Flashpoint fans, we are going to be doing some things that you are going to love. Believe me, remember I don't know, for those of you who remember our very first episode, the one that we did about New Year's resolution. And during that episode, we find out that the number one thing that people wants to do is what? Exercise. Not just losing weight, but exercise. Now, when we found that out, we were so excited about that. And we want to encourage people to let them go ahead with that goal, fulfill that New Year's resolution. So today, we are going to teach you, give you a few tips. Sometimes you go to the gym, you don't know what to do. And I know you're wondering why I'm dressed like this. It's for a purpose, okay? Because we are about to work this body out. But I have with me a friend of mine, right? Who is like a beast in the gym, okay? I go there and I'm afraid to go to his class because by the time I finish with his class, I'm all drained out, but I love going every single time. He's going to talk to us about fitness. He's going to talk to us about nutrition. He's going to talk to us about, maybe some questions that you have about the gym or about yourself or about your body type that you're not really sure of. He's going to go into details about it. And he is my friend. I'm so excited to have him here today, Flash fans. His name is Mr. Lionel Lazario.
Thank you, Rita.
Hi, my friend.
Rita, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
I'm so excited that you're here because as much as I love exercising, I think that if you don't exercise one day, I think you're going to probably pass out.
I think it's happened before. I love to move, yeah.
I see. And please, when you see him at the gym, trust me, he's going to motivate you as well to go to the gym and start moving about. All right. So before we start anything, let's just take a break and come back. Let's just pay our sponsors and come back because when we come back, we're going to be full force with Mr. Lionel. Okay? See you in a minute. Your cup of tea is never complete with just any ordinary bread. Your sandwiches is never pleased without King's Bakery bread. Here at King's Bakery, we have your tea bread, your sugar bread, your butter bread, and your wheat bread. Rush and get your King's Bakery bread today. You can find your King's Bakery bread at any of our regular grocery stores. In our African markets, our Asian markets, our Spanish markets, anywhere you could find your King's Bakery bread. Pick one up today. I promise you will thank me later. King's Bakery, the #1 bread in town. Welcome back, Flash fans. Did you remember to follow us on YouTube, our Instagram, and on our Facebook? If you haven't done that yet, make sure that you do, okay? Now sit back. You know what? Go and put your workout clothes on, okay? Just like the way I do. Go put on your workout clothes because we are about to sweat in this place, okay? And we are going to learn some things maybe that you haven't thought of. My friend here is going to teach us a few things, So please join us. Don't move. So Lionel.
Rita.
This New Year's resolution thing that we did the first episode, right? And the people said that what? Exercise, right?
Exercise, yeah.
Exercise was the #1. And the reason why I was so glad is because it's not just to lose weight, right? Because most of the time, because I think years, all I hear was, I want to lose weight. But this time, it was about exercise, And that just made me so excited, For the person that's sitting home, that haven't started that New Year's resolution yet, how do they start? How do one start? How do you begin to say, oh, I'm getting up, I'm going to go exercise? What do you need? Do you need anything special?
That's an excellent question because getting started, I think,
is very important.
That's very important. It's also probably the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Is actually making a start of it. Do you need anything special? You don't really, but I do have a tip, something that I think has been really useful for me and clients of mine, and it's really low tech. You get yourself a little notebook, like a paper day planner, and you start writing in, what day are you going to work out? When is that going to happen? Is it happening in the morning? Is it happening in the evening? If it doesn't get written down, it probably won't happen, right? Your habits, you don't need to be written down.
No.
But until it's a habit, writing it down is powerful. It can be 5 minutes. Because
Right.
it's not about how long you're doing it or specifically what you're doing. It's just about the fact that you're doing it.
Right.
And once you've got a week or two behind you of exercising for 5 minutes a day, now you've got something. Now you've
Something
started.
going, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great tip. That's a great tip. For me, when I get started exercising, sometimes I feel like, nothing is happening. I'm not losing any weight. The clothes just feels the same way on me, And I wanted to know, like, how do you know when you're making progress? Besides losing the weight, how do you know when you're making the progress? Because sometimes you don't lose weight right away.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And especially, people who have not been doing any type of exercise at all in a long time, it's you may actually gain a little bit of weight because you're building muscle mass. This is a positive thing, but if people are psychologically primed, like I have to lose weight,
Right.
that's the only thing I'm interested in. That maybe can discourage you, which is why beginning an exercise program I think is so much more of a healthy goal.
Right.
And in the long term, you typically do end up losing body fat, even if you don't lose weight. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's really just about having like a clear perspective on what it is that you're after. I
Right,
think is really
right.
important.
So don't be discouraged, guys. If you don't see any weight lost, you're probably gaining muscle, right?
That's
And
right.
that fat is turning into muscle, right? I mean, I've been building up a couple. I know. Come on.
You've gotten much stronger.
I have.
And that's maybe a better answer to your question. I mean, how do you know? What are you going to start seeing? You're going to start seeing that maybe your laundry bag isn't quite as heavy as it was before. Now,
Right.
of course, it still weighs the same. You've gotten stronger.
I've gotten-
Maybe the stairs aren't so exhausting.
Uh-huh.
Right? The stairs haven't gotten any fewer. You just got stronger.
That's
Those are the
it.
first benefits you're likely to see.
You see, because something is happening. You just don't see it physically,
Right.
but something is happening. So with that said, how do you know when you're making progress? Now you're building up your muscle. Everything is becoming lighter. What are some of the other ways that you see that you're making progress?
So you ought to, at some point, feel a difference in your clothes. Now, it could be, if waistline was an issue, you may notice, oh, wow, I have a little more room around the waistline. Or, it could be it could be an opposite sort of experience. Like for me, if I start working my legs a lot, well, I notice my pants get tighter, right? I mean, so,
Yeah.
you may experience it in different ways, but the way your clothes fit will end up changing. That's an indicator that your body's changing.
Right.
You may notice that your appetite changes. It's definitely not out of the question for someone to start craving different foods because your body needs it. At the end of the day, without the proper materials,
Right.
you will be unable to build the body that you want. It's like, imagine if you wanted to build a car. You're going to need a certain amount of steel for that.
Right,
Without
right,
it,
right.
you're not going to have a car.
Right.
It's like that with your body. So yeah.
I
appetite may
never
change.
thought about your appetite changing when
Yeah.
you started, you start to work out.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, guys. I never knew that your appetite changes. I feel like I guess it does, right? Because
It
you
can.
become less hungry, I guess. Or
It can.
you eat
You know,
different type of food.
You may start to crave different types of food because at the end of the day, using your body at a higher level of performance, right? You're using up certain nutrients.
Right.
And obviously you're burning up energy as well. Your body may start to crave those things so that it can replenish. Not in every case. You may already be eating fine and getting the things that you need, but for some people, all of a sudden they're like, gosh, I haven't thought about chicken. I really need some chicken right now, or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great thing. All right, so can you please tell us, right, what are the two top two top things that we benefit from exercising? What is the two top?
So, this obviously is a little subjective, but my opinion, the top two things is improved energy pool. And I say improved energy pool because I don't just mean more energy, but I mean your ability to use it more effectively as well.
Right.
Managing your energy throughout the course of the day. You'll gain an appreciation for how much energy you can put out to, let's say, run up the stairs, or whatever it is that you've got to do. You're going to be more in touch with your energy resources
Right.
to do things in your life. That, I think, is the number one thing, at least in my opinion, because who
Right.
likes being tired?
No.
No, it's never a good feeling. So that, I think, is number one. And then number two, comes back to what we kind of touched upon, the strength.
Strength.
Increasing your strength. There's no bad side to that. I mean, if you think about it, in a very non-competitive way, right? Walking down the street. Let's say you slip, or you step off the edge of the curb wrong, right? And you start to lose your balance. What's going to save you from hitting the pavement on your head is the strength to catch your balance.
Right.
Right? This is ankle strength, knee strength, back strength. You know what I mean? Like, this is the
Yeah.
strength of your body is going to keep you off of the floor. Or, God forbid, you do fall. Hopefully you don't get hurt. There's a gentleman at the gym, Chris.
Yeah.
Was hit by a truck. The man was hit by a truck.
What?
He didn't break a single bone.
What?
He had serious bruising. But I watched the video of it. The man bounced off the pavement. He got hit hard.
Oh my
Not a
God.
single broken bone. You've seen Chris.
I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen
So
him.
on many levels, strength can protect you, and that's a good thing.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
Sorry to drop that on you, but yeah, that happened. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. Excuse my shockness.
Yeah, Chris healed up very, very well, but yeah.
Oh my God, I need to build up my strength. I just need, just in case. I
Just
just
in
need to
case.
build up my strength.
Yeah.
So, like sometimes when I'm talking to some guys about exercising, some people say, oh, I work out better in the daytime, right? And some say, oh, in the evening is when I just get more vim to just work out,
Right.
In your opinion, when do you think is the right time to work out?
You've got
Day
lots
or
of
night?
great questions. Well, so my opinion and my personal experience, I would say late morning. That's
Late
when
morning.
I enjoy it the most. That's when I've really got the will to do it. That's when my head is a little bit clearer. This is me, though. Other people, it's a different story. I have a different workflow than some other people. Somebody who's got to be at work, say 8:30, 9 a.m., and they've got a hard charge until 4 or 5 o'clock. They may not be in the headspace
Right.
to put down their work and start tending to their body until evening. I think that metabolically you're better off a little bit earlier in the day, but to do it at any point is better than not to do it at all.
Right,
that I
right,
would
right.
say 100%.
And I come during my lunchtime.
Yes, you
right?
do, which is amazing. Yeah.
I come during my lunchtime, but before I joined Les, right? And I used to work out in the morning, right? And I used to be like, oh my God, I get more energy when I get up right away and I go to the gym. It lasts me for the whole day. But starting on lunchtime too, it's like I still get the same kind of energy boost,
Yes.
I go to work and I'm jumping up and down. I come home and I have enough energy, So basically, you're right, I guess. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you get in there.
You just got to get it in
You
there.
just
That's
gotta
the
get
most
in there.
important thing. Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about exercise between a 20-year-old and let's say a 30-year-old,
Okay.
right? Or a 40-year-old,
Okay.
right? Is it more vitals for grown-ish people to get to the gym or to exercise less than, let's say maybe a 25-year-old?
Sure, I got you. That's a really good question. I would say that you're looking at two totally different things. Even though obviously we're still talking about exercise, but a person in their 20s and a person in their 40s, they've got a different constellation of things going on, and
Right.
the exercise is going to be equally important, but for different reasons.
Right.
So we're talking about a lifestyle. You want to be physically active throughout
Of
the
course,
course of your life,
yeah.
because when you're in your 20s, you're going to gain certain benefits. I'll use myself as an example. That's when I really started getting serious about exercise. It helped me to build up a muscle mass that I've been able to keep, and really just some self-discipline as well.
Right.
Which
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
we could get into that, but there's that aspect of it, the
Yeah.
mental fitness that can come with that kind of
Yes, yes,
discipline.
yes.
And then as you get older, I'm 40 now. You're looking at more long-term benefits, health benefits.
Yes,
I'm not so
yes.
much trying to pack on muscle as I'm trying to keep my bones strong and right?
Yeah.
Different benefits.
Yeah. You jumped to my question. My next question. I wanted to know the mental aspects of exercise,
Okay.
the benefits of the mental aspects of exercise.
So, especially if you are not passionate about exercise at this stage, you may become later, you may get into it as you've gotten into it, but especially if you're not really into it just yet, to make yourself do something to find within yourself the discipline and self-mastery to do something that you don't really want to do, but you know that you should.
Right.
I mean, this can spill over into all other aspects of your life, whether it's work,
Yes,
whether it's school,
yes,
whether it's
yes.
parenting, whether it's a relationship with, you know, whatever it is. You know, there are times in life, I'm sure you could probably think of some very easily, there are
Yeah.
times in life where you have to say, you know what? My silly feelings about not wanting to do this are really not important. This
Right.
needs to be done.
It needs to be
Therefore,
done.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That can also be contagious. You know, this
Yeah.
is something that I try to teach to my son, and so, you know,
Yeah. So, because then it gives you some kind of a clarity.
yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
it opens up your mind. It like branches, it falls out. All right. So
Yes.
listen, this is getting to be too much fun. Let's go pay some more bills, right?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's pay some bills. We will be right back. Stay put. Don't move. Welcome back, Flash fans. I am so excited that you're still with us. Join us. Visit us on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Do not forget to share this video the moment that you view it. You just press click, share, and then all your friends will get to benefit from it, right? So Lionel, let's go back into the nitty-gritty of exercise, right? I want us to get some action going, some
Absolutely.
things going, because I'm ready. I didn't wear this for nothing.
Me too.
All right, I didn't wear it for nothing. I'm ready to work out. So, but before we do, right, I wanted to know, what are some of the long-term benefits of exercise? You know?
Sure. Yeah, and there are a lot. You know, first thing, keep in mind, you know, we're designed to move. That's the design of our body. We're fast movers. We're meant to move around. Lifestyle sometimes doesn't allow for that. So you're going to see, obviously, increase in muscle mass and strength, energy that we talked about. But one thing in particular that is really important over the long term is bone density, right?
Density.
Strength of the bones. Particularly as people get older, particularly in women, loss of bone density. I mean, you know, it's a thing, osteoporosis. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we're all familiar with, you know, some of the problems that can come in. By doing load bearing, or maybe better said, resistance training, right? Where you're using some type of weight or some type of resistance, you actually make your bones stronger. They
Right.
become denser. You stimulate your immune system. I
Yes.
mean, that has all kinds of benefits. Not getting sick. I mean, you know.
I know.
Right?
I know.
You know, and then it also helps to, you know, really just kind of regulate your weight. You know, the world is full of different people. Some are heavy, some are not so heavy. You just want to find a place that's stable and healthy, and exercise, regular exercise will help you to do that.
I'm telling you, it is very, very crucial. Guys, it's very, very vital that you exercise, not just for a short period of time, because it should be a lifestyle. You know, it should be a complete lifestyle that you do. You should, like eating. The way that you eat every day, it should be the same way that you exercise every day. It don't have to be long. It don't have to be 3-4 hours in the gym, right?
That's right.
Everything counts. Everything counts. You're building up your body. You're making yourself stronger. You know, Lionel, look at this muscle.
Oh yeah. I watched them.
Oh, thank you. So I wanted to ask you, right? Okay, so we exercising, right? Some people like more vigorous exercises, right?
Right.
And some people like more moderate exercising, like, you know, swimming
Sure.
and those kind of things. You know, what is the difference and how effective it is? And please, I want you to show us some.
Yeah.
You know, some moderate ones and some vigorous ones. You know?
Absolutely.
So please tell me, what is the difference?
Yeah, we should definitely jump into that, but real quick, right? Let's talk about the difference. So, something that you might consider high intensity,
Right.
You know, this is weight training at a pretty rapid pace, probably on the heavy side, but it doesn't necessarily have to be heavy. You could just be using a lightweight very quickly with very little rest in between your sets. That's great because it can give, you know, what people call cardio, right?
Right.
You can certainly run for that, and if that's your thing, that's great. I don't really like running, so I get my cardio in other ways. That's high intensity stuff. That's where you're going to have cardiovascular benefits in addition to the benefits of your skeletal muscle.
Right.
Something that's more of a moderate intensity, like you said, swimming, for example. Not that can't have a cardiovascular benefit, but it's really more about just using your muscles, keeping them toned,
Right.
burning some energy. Similar benefits, but again, you know, that high intensity is going to prepare you to do high intensity things. Moderate intensity won't necessarily give you that, but both very similar benefits for your overall body.
Oh, good. You hear that? Now we're gonna get up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get moving.
Let's do a few of these
So
things.
when you're sitting, I told you guys to put your workout suit on. as Lionel is taking off his shirt,
Yep.
please
it's
check
time.
out that body.
It's time.
All right,
It is
he's
time.
ready. Let's do this. Let's do this. He's gonna show us some of the vigorous ones and some of the more moderate ones, you know, that you can do on your time, on your wherever you sitting, your work, your job. He's gonna help us. Okay, so we're gonna move over to our workout area, and he's gonna show us a few. All right, we'll be right back. Don't move. We're going to work out. Welcome back, Flash fans. And as promised, we're gonna give you some of the moderate exercises and some of the some active, really intense ones that Lionel has in store for us. So Lionel, let's start with something moderate, right? Something soft.
Something that you could do pretty much anywhere. Without making a bunch of noise.
Yes, like in the office.
Right, like in the office.
Yeah.
People don't want to see you jumping, your head popping up above the cubicle. We can't have that, right?
We can't have that.
So simple stuff, right?
Simple things.
So stationary things, things that you don't have to move around too much, right? You get up, you've got your desk, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Maybe you squat down and you stand back up. Maybe you squat down again and you stand back up. So you can do this anywhere. And what am I really doing? I'm just squatting down as if I was going to pick something up. I'm standing back up. And that's it. You could do this just about anywhere. You're not making any noise.
Nope.
You don't need any equipment. And if you keep this going for a good 30 seconds, you start to feel it right here, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So the tip that I have for you is you want to let the hips go down
Okay.
and keep the head and shoulders up.
Okay.
You know, people a lot of times have a bad habit when they reach down for stuff, they want to curve the back. Not only is that not good for your back, but man, you're not working your muscles.
Right.
You're not working them. Come on. So that's it. Obviously, the quicker you do this, the quicker you're going to feel it.
Yes. So
But-
your head is up.
Head stays up, hips go down. It's a great exercise. These are the largest muscles of the
Yes.
body.
Oh, yes.
So you just get them moving, you feel the blood, feel the heart, right?
Yes.
I mean, what was that, 30 seconds?
That was intense.
Nothing to it, right? And this is moderate still, okay?
That's Lionel's moderate.
Moderate still, you know? This is real simple stuff, okay?
All right, so let's move on.
Okay, so now maybe this is something that maybe you're not doing at work, but still, pretty moderate. We can come down, and we can put a hand down,
Okay.
and then take this leg and move it back and move it forward and move it back and move it forward. And you see what's going on here is I have to pull with my abs to hold this position. Do you feel the balance work going on in your core here? So depending on what you're doing and where you are, yeah, maybe you can pull this off. But very quickly, you're feeling this in the midsection, huh? Very quickly. So we do this on both sides. And that's it. And so what we're doing here is we're using our leg as a weight. And this pulls on our abdominal muscles. So we're getting an ab workout here. We're not laying on the floor. We're not, you know, no equipment. And it's moderate intensity.
Yes.
Nothing to it. You do that on both sides. You do a few of those squats.
Man.
You spent 1 minute, 90 seconds. You got your heart rate up.
All right.
You're ready to go back and do whatever it is that you have to do for work.
Good.
Right?
That was just soft.
Soft
It's
and
soft,
easy.
soft.
Yeah.
So now let's go in.
I mean, let's say you really wanted to break a sweat, like you
Yes.
said, right? Maybe you've got a nice lunch break, but you don't have a class you can get to.
Nope.
But there's a park or there's a street corner or whatever there is, right? Now, you know if we had a street light, we'd just do pull-ups off of it, but we don't have a street light here, so so we're gonna take that squat we were doing and let's kind of take it up to the next level here,
Okay.
right? We're gonna turn it into a jumping squat.
Okay.
We just want a little bit of air time. Just a little bit. And you don't have to jump fast, but every time you push off through those legs with power. Right? 10 or 15 of those.
Woo!
10 or 15 of those, huh?
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Nothing to it.
Whoa.
No equipment.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I got that. You guys got it, right? Oh my God, get ready.
Real simple.
Real simple.
Okay. Now.
And intense.
And intense, yes. Now, I love push-ups. Not everybody loves push-ups. So let's turn it into something a little bit more fun.
Okay.
So we're gonna come down into the push-up position, but with our feet spread really wide, right? And the hands are close. And then If you can do push-ups, great. Come down for a push-up and then move into this.
Ouch.
But if you can't, that's still okay. You bend your arms as much as you're comfortable and rotate into this position. Bend them and rotate. So we're getting the arms and we're getting the abs, because if you're holding yourself up, right? We don't have this hip sag going on. We're holding ourselves up. Oh yes. I noticed you're watching for this.
Yes.
You're just taking notes for this.
I'm taking notes.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't blame you one bit.
Man, this guy, I told you guys he was a beast. I told you. I'm not joking. This guy will have my knees trembling like I'm a baby. Trembling. But listen, dude, thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Simple
stuff that you can do.
Simple.
Now listen, we're not saying if you have a gym, join a gym. If you don't have one, come to Lex. That's where you see him. All strike. All right? So we're going to take a short break, and I'm going to get some water, and we will see you in a minute. We ready for you. Now listen. Now that you got a few tips, right? You thinking to yourself, oh, I'm not going to go to the gym. I don't have any weights. I don't have anything. Throw out all the excuses. Throw them out, right, Lionel?
Just throw them out.
Throw them out, because we have some things for you that you have lying around your house that you can use. Let me repeat it. You can use stuff that's lying around your house to work out, right? And we have some couple of examples here, right? What do we got, Lionel? What do we got?
We've got a chair. You know anybody that doesn't have a chair in their house?
Everybody got.
You know, we have got some Tide.
Tide. This is your dishwashing liquid.
Come on now.
Detergent.
And we got some bottles of water.
Bottles of water, right? All right. So what can we do with these? What can we do with these?
So you can do all kinds of stuff with these, and really the idea here is just to kind of help you to think outside of the box and recognize that even if, you know, whether it's because of finances or time or whatever it is, there's really no excuse. You can find things that you can do at your house, right? So bottles of water, what can we do with those? They're pretty light, but for smaller muscle groups like the shoulders, totally adequate. I mean, you do this for a little while, and you will start to feel it in your shoulders. Okay, so these are just shoulder raises. We can do them to the front, right? We can do them to the back. At the end of the day, though, that's it. You find something that weighs a couple pounds, and you stretch that arm out. Now you're working your shoulders, right?
Okay.
Nothing to it. This is low-tech stuff.
Right.
Okay? Now, we can take this chair and we can use it for support while we take our laundry detergent and do some rows.
Whoa.
Right? Now we're working our back muscles.
Yes.
Okay? Maybe we'll stretch that arm out, work our back muscles in a different way. But at the end of the day, again, it's just another weight that we're using. Simple cost me nothing.
Household stuff.
Simple household stuff.
Simple household
And
stuff.
then when you get really ambitious, you take the chair itself and you start curling the
Oh
chair.
my God, this is a big boy.
So, but the point is there are things all around that you can use.
Right.
You put on your favorite song
Yeah.
or two.
That usually keeps me up.
It keeps you moving, right?
Yep.
You exercise for 2 or 3 songs. That's what, 12 to 15 minutes. And that's it.
You're good to go. Now, see, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. You can use whatever you have at home to work out. So please throw all the excuses. It's garbage. Let's start. I know we're far along in the New Year's, but we still have several months to go. So you can still accomplish this New Year's resolution by getting out there and exercising or staying in and exercising. But now listen. When you're exercising, it's not just exercise. You have to know exactly what you're putting inside of your body, right? What goes inside of your body also really, really matters. It's very, very vital that you know what you're putting inside your body. So nutrition while exercising have to be concentrated. You have to also concentrate on nutrition when you're exercising. And we're going to take ourselves from this exercise and talk more about nutrition, what we're eating. Is it good? Is it vital? Is it important to connect with your exercising experience, your exercising journey? You know, so please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't move. We have more for you, okay? Hello, Flash fans, and welcome back. Listen, I told you today is gonna be jam-packed. We have so many things for you today. We did our exercise. We talked about exercises. Now we have to talk about nutrition, what we are putting inside of our bodies. You know, we need some nutritiously infused things to put in our body while we especially while we exercise. Even if we're not exercising, we still need to eat good. All right, but let me give a quick shout out to our sponsors. We have King's Bakery. That's the #1 bakery in town. And please, we are totally being sponsored by House of Nisi. If you have no place of worship, please come to House of Nisi. The address is 448 East 173rd Street. So please join us here. Your life will never, ever, ever be the same. So Lionel, we ready?
We are so ready.
Let's go into nutrition. Okay, so please, I know when it comes to nutrition, I trust you.
Thank you.
I completely trust you. I'm so into what you believe and how passionate you are about nutrition. You know, that's one of the things that drawn me to wanting to get to know you a little bit more better, right? So what does a healthy diet consist of? What does it look like to you?
Yet another good question. So obviously everybody is different. I'll begin by saying that, you know, you're going to have people that have certain needs and you're going to have people that can handle things better than others.
Right.
With that being said, a healthy diet, it looks like quality protein, quality fat.
Quality fat.
So
there's some fat in there.
Oh, there needs to be fat in there. And I say that because, you know, nowadays fat kind of gets a bad rap. It's so important.
Right.
I mean, we could spend a lot of time on that. And then as far as carbohydrates go, you know, we want them to be as natural and as unprocessed as possible.
Right.
We want the freshest plant foods available and the cleanest animal foods available. That can be a tall order, but that's really what you're looking for. You want to get as close to that as possible.
All right, good. So why is it extra important when you're exercising?
So it's important, as you said, it's important all the time, but it's even more important when you're exercising because, you know, think about it like this. You know, we used a car as an analogy earlier. Let's use the car as an analogy again. You know, let's say you've got a really nice hot rod like a Ferrari, right?
Yes.
You cannot put diesel fuel in a Ferrari.
No, you cannot.
Okay? You can't even put regular fuel in a Ferrari. You need the
sir.
cleanest, best fuel that you can get your hands on because that is a high-performance machine.
Right.
This is a high-performance machine.
Yes.
And when you are demanding, right? When you're demanding high performance out of your machine, you've got to give it good fuel.
Yeah.
What does that mean, you know, on a molecular level? Well, what it means is that if you don't give your body the quality proteins and fats that it needs, it'll start taking from what's already in your body, and this leads you to deficiencies and depletions. I mean, it actually can lower your state of health if you're working out hard, but you're not eating well.
Yeah.
It's tough on the organs. It's tough on you in general.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Please, it's important. It's vital. It's crucial that you eat right, especially when you're exercising. But now I know that carbohydrates gives you energy, right? I think for me personally, I've taken that and ran with it. Right?
It's easy to run with.
So I love my carbs. I love my carbs. But how much can you eat during exercising?
During or how do you mean? Because I wouldn't eat anything during.
If I'm exercising, if I'm doing exercising as my daily activities, how much carbs?
Gotcha. Well, again, you know, it's one of those things where it depends on who you are and exactly what you're doing. Think about it like this. Carbohydrate is useful for quick, easily accessible energy, but that's not really the main function of carbohydrate foods, or it shouldn't be the main function of carbohydrate foods in our life. You know, what's a carbohydrate? Well, broccoli is a carbohydrate. White bread is also a carbohydrate.
Yes.
There's a massive difference between the two. Coca-Cola's carbohydrates, right?
Yes.
Massive difference. We want to start changing.
I was honest. I told you that I ran with it.
Yes, and most people do. You know, we have a serious problem in this country with food education. That's a separate conversation, but you know, it's you know, you're not alone in thinking, hey, let me just have carbs.
Yeah.
There's definitely a difference between them. You want to focus on your carbohydrate sources being, again, as natural and as unprocessed as possible from plant foods. So we're thinking fruits and vegetables, as opposed to processed treats. We're thinking, you know, literal whole grains like say quinoa and rice rather than things made out of flour, made out of grains. Right?
Okay.
Definitely a difference. I mean, we could go really deep down the rabbit hole on food. You know that I can't.
I know.
But that's your general overview on the carbohydrates. We fruits and vegetables, try to keep the flour out and the
Keep the
sugar.
flour-
yeah.
keep the
Do the best
flour
you
out.
can. Keep the flour and sugar out to the best of your ability.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do the best that I
It's a
I
process.
can.
Everything's a process.
I'll do the best that I can.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what are the fuel nutrition food that you recommend for us?
Well, I am a big fan of using fat for energy. So you'll see me using grass-fed butter in a lot of different things. A lot of grass-fed butter in a lot of different things. And I'll eat the meats that have a little bit more fat. You know, like I won't go for the ultra lean ground beef. You know, I'll get the stuff that has a little bit more fat, fatty fishes and things like that. When it comes to energy, it really is fat that gives you a lot more bang for your buck, so to speak.
Yeah.
Plus, you need these things for healthy skin and hair and things like that. I mean, the fat does that,
Yeah.
right? Carbohydrates, as they are, they're just good for quick energy, and they're also good for storing as energy, as fat.
Yes.
That's where it comes from. Again, you know, we could go really far down the rabbit hole on all of this stuff, but I would recommend as a food, what's a great carbohydrate source for energy as a food? Things like sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato?
Sweet potatoes.
Really?
Yes. You can't go wrong with yams, sweet potatoes, things like that.
Yams?
Yeah, absolutely. In balance with everything else. Of course, you
Okay.
can have too much of anything. But, you know, that's a really, really great source. Fruits are a really great source. So, you know, for someone who enjoys their carbohydrates, all of those foods that I just mentioned, yeah, eat them. Absolutely. In balance with everything else, but eat them. Use them for energy. Have them 2 hours before your workout. Burn those bananas up. You know? Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
But you know, another thing is sometimes when I'm at the gym, right? I notice a lot of people with like some vitamin waters, some I don't know, all these other different things that they're doing. You know, what is that okay, or should it be just water?
So I'm really glad you asked that because I see the same thing and it's tough for me to keep my mouth shut sometimes. You know, I have nothing against these companies. I believe that they're trying to do a good thing, but I can say these things as a fact. Number one, artificial flavors and colors, we don't need them.
No.
At the end of the day, they're chemicals made in the laboratory,
Right.
put into something to make it look different and taste different than what it does.
Right.
If it needs to look and taste different, maybe it should just flat out be different. Do you know what I mean? Maybe we shouldn't be masking it. So, but with that having been said, to answer your question, no, you don't need any of that stuff. Water works great, but if you're feeling when you're drinking your water to replenish during or after your workout, you're just feeling like, this isn't doing it for me, which you'll probably feel that way if you've been drinking these sugary flavored drinks. You can make your own, at home, sports drink. Super easy. You cut a lemon, you squeeze some of that lemon juice in there. That's an electrolyte, right? We read on these different things, electrolytes.
Yeah.
All that means is a molecule that you need to make electricity flow in your body.
Right.
That's lemon juice. So you add the lemon juice, you take maybe a little bit of honey and stir it in there. If you need a little bit of sweetness,
Sweet,
right?
yeah.
A little bit of glucose to get you moving through the end of your workout. There it is. You've got your own sports drink.
You kidding?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead,
Yeah.
boy.
Simple, easy, good for you. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
the move.
God. Oh, listen, I know. If you're like me, you're excited. These things excites me. These kind of things excite me, and we're learning a lot. But listen, we'll be right back. We have more for you, so do not move. Now listen, I know the viewers out there are wondering where they can find you because they see all the exercises that we did. Now they're asking themselves, and they see this. Lionel, just go ahead. Feel this.
That's a fantastic lady arm.
Yes. Thank you very much. Listen, if you want to contact Lionel, he's a personal trainer. I think he does jitsu. We do jitsu.
I do.
We do
quite
a lot of
martial arts.
spiritual stuff, and
That
then
too.
and I'm so proud of him. But he also has a website, Lionel Heart Living, right?
Lion-hearted living.
Lion-hearted living, right? You can find him. Please tell them a little bit more about it.
Well, so that's my website primarily for the nutrition work that I do. But yeah, I do mention on there the other things that I do, the Tai Chi and the Qigong that we do sometimes after class. Yeah, that's where you find me online, lionheartedliving.com. And, that's how we get in contact and, kind of discuss what it is that you need, because everybody's different, right?
Trust me, you're going to love it, because you're not going to just do exercises.
That's right.
He doesn't just do exercises. He does more than that. And I love his spirit. I love his energy, and trust me, I know that the moment that you meet him, you will adore it as well, right? All right. So
thank you, Rita.
Welcome back, Flash fans. I am so happy that you're still with us. And I'm sure that you have learned a lot today. I have learned a lot today. But listen, there's one thing that I wanted to tell you about Flashpoint. Flashpoint is a faith-based program. We're trying to reach the world with all the goodies that we have, all the inspirational stuff, the educational stuff that we have. Today we spoke about exercises, nutrition, things that you can do. You don't have to go to the gym. You can do at home, wherever you are. Things that you can eat, how you eat, while you're exercising. But before we leave, I'm just going to ask my friend Lionel here if he had any final thought for us to leave us with before we depart.
I do have one thought for you, and it ties into what you just said. Faith and the bigger picture, right? For those of us that understand that this did not all just happen, right? There's a creator.
Right.
Well, then this is part of the creation.
Right.
And it's a part of the creation that we have each individually been entrusted with.
Right.
How can we disrespect our creator by not taking care of this?
I know.
Right? So if you find, because life is full of challenges.
Yeah.
There are challenges all along the road of life. If you find that it's challenging to, get yourself going, take those first steps to get those first 5 minutes to, start taking care of your body.
Yeah.
Well, reach out to the same source that you reach out to when you're having difficulties and ask for help because it is that important. How can we do the work of our Creator that we're here to do if we're sick and miserable and tired?
I know.
Right? Yeah.
That's going to be
important.
possible. It's very, very,
many
very
levels.
important. Very, very important to reach out. I mean, we all know that there is a creator. There's somebody that's watching over all of us, and he created us for a purpose. And you know that it's for a good reason why he created us. And we want to make sure that we accomplish that reason or do our best to achieve exactly what he has planned for us. So I am so glad. With that said, I'm so glad that you joined us. Lionel, Thank
you for having me.
Thank you
for having me.
I'm so glad. Please join us again. Do not forget to view us on our YouTube. Please, and when you finish doing it, as I always say, please share to everybody. Share it around the world. Let everybody get to benefit this show, okay? We will see you in a flash.